Alrighty, hauling scrap today, towards the afternoon, after lunch. I ain't got nothing better to do and it needs to be done, so today is the day. Alrighty, here we go. Making our own driveway, driving through the yard. So. Brakes fixed on this thing. You guys okay? Taking a beat. It's my fault. This was my papa's farm truck. Used it when he was farming cotton. It's got big old air tanks on the side and an air compressor that runs off the pulley under the hood. Belt driven compressor. It's a stout old truck. I don't know what rear end it's got, but suspension wise it'll haul anything you can put on it. I'd like to, if money wasn't an issue, I'd like to put a 12 valve Cummins in it, but I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. Oh goodness, I hate this intersection. The grind's going into first. Don't like to go in second. Third and fourth are pretty good though. And everything works on this truck except the heat, the stereo, the parking brake, and the parking brake release. And the blinkers. But one headlight works. And it's got low and high beams, so I mean, that's all you need. Horn, oh, the horn doesn't work. It clicks, but no horn. I like to put some train horns in this thing, but it ain't mine, so. It cost me $35 to get it, or 38, almost 40, I don't remember. It didn't cost much to get it running. It's been sitting for forever. Driving in it one day, and it started pulling to the left real bad. I looked out and we didn't blow a tire. It just gave out and went flat. And trying to put air in it, it wouldn't take none, so. Maybe one of these days I can get a GoPro. It'll stay up there instead of the phone. You let it just sit and idle, it'll overheat like that. You keep air moving through it, it does all right. This truck is a little different and rare in the sense that it goes gallons per mile instead of miles per gallon. But I love driving it. I don't know why. It's loud. It rides terrible. It's Ford. I don't know. Maybe it's just something about your granddad's vehicle. Got maybe 145,000 miles. Could be 200. small truck though. I had it running about 2 months, and I kept all this junk on the bed because it was going to go to our local salvage yard down here. And the prices were so low, probably didn't feel like it was worth taking. Well, prices never really came up. Then you didn't go out there and crank it, so I threw a new battery in it. Changed the fuel filter because it was awful. I'll try and put a picture of it. It was terrible, so I put a fuel filter on it and cranked on it a little bit, and it fired right up and run ever since. But prices still ain't all that good, but just ready to get this junk off the bed. Use it for something, probably just to haul more junk, honestly. There is a fun old truck. Backfire into it. Supposedly road work ahead, but driving on these roads you wouldn't think. I've never been here before. Drove by it all my life. Everybody I know's got something from it. Never had to need it until the last couple of years. There's somebody else pulling in. We'll see what they do. Good, I guess. Oh, never done this before. Later, we're finally out. And not that much richer. But it's alright. At least we know this thing will make it down the road a little bit. I would have filmed some in there if I'd remembered. Of course, it's probably just like any other junkyard. Like I said, I ain't never been to one. Drove by it on my life. Truck's still doing alright. I ain't trying to overheat on me. was dusty in there though. I just put a kind of, whatever you call this, seat cover, kind of not really on it today. It's probably filthy as the whole truck now. After that going. Speedometer works on this thing. So does the coolant temp gauge, but doing about 45 right now just fine. The fuel gauge does not work, and it sucks too. You constantly feel like you gotta put gas in it every time you get it out. I don't know if y'all can hear that air sounding noise, but that would be my brake pedal going first. I don't know what to do about y'all. You try all that? I don't know. You ain't gonna see this good. Maybe that's a good thing. I really like this truck because it's absolutely massive. And I'd really like to get my CDLs. So I understand that's gonna be a lot different than this, but just at least get the big idea of a really long vehicle. Yeah, see that nice empty boot? And no money to show for it. Brakes actually, I mean, they're pretty terrible, but considering, and I'm not ever a Ford guy. Ford made this truck pretty darn well though. I have to admit. Well, this truck might not ride good. We got a 2nd gen Dodge, and it drives way better than that thing does. Butter brakes. Whoop, whoop, come on. Whoop, nope, ain't gonna do it. Grab 2nd. First wasn't happening. 3rd. There's 4th. Nice and easy. I don't know. But it, like I said, it cost me $40 to get it running. It's 50 years old. It sure is a stout truck. I'd like to keep it running. But then again, 50 years old and it was a farm truck, so it's got some use and some abuse. Dang, I see a piece of scrap I missed. Well, booey. It's all right. This is the rig we're doing it in. It is a 1976 Ford F350. It don't look like much because it ain't, but dually, 2-wheel drive. Got a jump box because you kind of need it. It ain't perfect by any means. There's a little, I ain't been started in a while, so I'm gonna hook propane up straight to the carb and start it. Granny low 4-speed. Just put this in today actually. I got some obviously junk over there, but anyways, it's a stout old truck. Got a all right looking bed on it. Haul anything you put on it. I thought about maybe patina the cab and body on the truck, and then put some new wood on the bed and give it a good pressure washing, and it would look halfway decent. It ain't gonna win nothing, certainly, but it certainly look better than it does now. Got the good old, you gotta slam the hood down and then open it, and hard to do one hand. All right, and then good old 390 engine in it. 2 red battery terminals, so you gotta watch what you're doing. Here's that air compressor I was telling you about, and then got our steel line that runs all the way down to the giant air tanks that are out on the side right there. It could be dangerous, and it's been sitting a while. We have some just dirt, daubers maybe that's accumulated. Heater hose bypassed, so we don't have heat. But yeah, 2-barrel carb, and this is where I think that air hissing sound is coming from. But I ain't no mechanic, so we'll do our homework first. She does spit a little oil right there, so we'll have to top that off. But yeah, it's a really stout engine. All I did, I don't know if we can get it on camera right here. That little white canister right there, that's all I did to it. Just change that up. The old one was completely gummed and stopped up. So, master cylinder leak? Maybe not. Anyways, yeah, this is one of the projects that didn't take as long to get on the road. Definitely not perfect. I had to put 2 front tires on it because one actually finally went flat on me. So, and the other one wasn't far from it. So that tire and the one on the other side are brand new. The duals I've kept because they just needed some air and they seem to be doing good. So yeah, I might end up, like I said, putting some new wood on it, but the truck's not mine, so I don't care to put too terrible much money into it. But I did drive it, and I want to keep it running, so if they decide to sell it, then they can do that and say everything. It runs and drives at least. Make sure that's shut. We're going to a car show in the morning with it. We're going to make somebody's car look really good. But yeah, anyway, so.